The showdown between Usman and Joaquin Buckley at UFC Atlanta has wrapped up, and fans were thoroughly entertained. Many MMA professionals also chimed in, offering their expert takes on this electrifying clash.
It's hard. I mean, it's been a while since, not just with getting back in here, but obviously getting in the win column. I battled a lot of things just to get here. Just repairing my body, just physically, personally, a lot of things that I had to just kind of, I guess, expression would be fight a lot of demons just to get back in here. But yeah, a lot that I had to go through. But thankfully, I'm blessed with a great team.
Shoot, Usman, shoot! Uppercutting Buckley. Shoot, Usman, shoot, quick! Quick, Unk, you don't want it, it's a scrap! Oh, the uppercut just whiffed again. He's literally looking for the gods with that uppercut. Throw it again. Shout out to Buckley trying to make it a fight. Oh, just winging him at the end. Oh, he cracked Usman at the end with a left hand. Man, Buckley, if you had that takedown defense earlier, he could have shucked off Usman's stalling, but good shit. Good fight from Buckley, man. He tried to make it fun at the end. Usman early was too much, dude. I don't know. Buckley couldn't defend any of the takedowns early. Fuck, man. 4-1 Usman. 3-2 if they're generous, because one of the rounds Buckley outdamaged him on the feet. But Usman got the early rounds, dude. Buckley tried. He tried to make that shit a fight, but man, Usman early was too much.
You know, it's been a long, long time. So, you know, you start to hear a lot of things, and a lot of people say things. You try not to let it creep in, but you have to battle each and every one of those things just to get back in here. And a lot of people don't know what I've been going through, but I was able to overcome it and get back in here and make it happen. So I'm just grateful, and I'm blessed to be here.
We're at the arena right now. We're running a little late, we're running a little behind, but you know, wait. Hey, bro, I'm the main event. This is crazy. Hey, but we outside though. I'm the main event. You can't come in right here. You know what the golden guy was? We just gotta get to him. Can somebody escort us or something? Yeah. Sir.
The UFC couldn't take us to here, so we had to walk here ourselves. Now they're not letting us in. We're the main event.
He's trying to find out there, see if they can hit somebody that might. Right, yeah. Mike. All right, y'all figure that out for us. Can we get somebody our number? They're just stay right here, man.
They're not letting us in at the moment.
Bet. Yet again, bro, we gonna wait. We gonna do what we need to do. But we here, man. Like I said, ain't nothing gonna stop us, man. Y'all gotta get me in the building, straight up. Let's go. This is the first time a fighter had to run up to the ring to make sure that he didn't miss out on this second main event.
UFC Hall of Famer Michael Bisping shared his thoughts on the matchup, favoring Joaquin Buckley in terms of striking ability. According to Bisping, Buckley showcased superior speed, explosiveness, and agility, along with a more varied striking arsenal. He also emphasized Buckley's youthful drive and ambition traits that set him apart from Kamaru Usman, who has already cemented a legacy in the sport. In contrast, Buckley is still in pursuit of greatness, and Bisping believes that hunger is fueling his daily grind to reach the top.
I've got to lean towards Joaquin Buckley. He's probably the faster, more explosive, more diverse and agile striker, okay? When you look at conditioning, the man's young, he's hungry, he wants what Kamaru Usman had. When you look at the two of them, obviously Usman's had the longer career, he's made the money, he's had the career that Joaquin Buckley wants, and Joaquin Buckley wants the respect that Kamaru Usman has as well. So you know that Joaquin Buckley is pushing it every single day. He wants respect, he wants the money, he wants the adoration, he wants everything that comes with becoming champion of the world, something that Kamaru Usman has had and still has for a very long time.
Michael Bisping did give credit to Kamaru Usman's superior wrestling skills, but he also noted a potential challenge Usman might face: Buckley's compact, muscular build. At just 5'8", Buckley's shorter and more powerful frame, combined with his explosive strength and quick-twitch athleticism, could make him a difficult target for takedowns. Bisping suggested that Buckley's physicality would make him tough to grab, tougher to bring down, and even more difficult to keep on the mat. In the end, Bisping viewed the matchup as a serious test for Usman and leaned toward Buckley as the more likely victor.
You got to talk about the wrestling. Who's the better wrestler? Of course, Kamaru Usman is the better wrestler. But Joaquin Buckley, being only 5'8", that makes it problematic for a wrestler to shoot in and get at the legs. Of course, he's very stocky and he's well built and he's just covered in fast twitch muscle fiber. So I think he's going to have a real hard time catching him. He's going to have a hard time catching him on the feet. He's going to have a tough time taking him down and maybe an even harder time holding him down. I'm just saying that this is a tough one for Kamaru Usman, and I've got to lean towards Joaquin Buckley in this one.
Michael Bisping continued to praise Joaquin Buckley, highlighting his youth, raw power, and explosiveness. He pointed to Buckley's exceptional knockout ability, agility, and overall athleticism, recalling the viral spinning kick finish that remains one of the most memorable knockouts in UFC history. Bisping also acknowledged Buckley's solid wrestling, background, and strong mental game, noting his fearless attitude both inside the cage and on the mic. In Bisping's eyes, Buckley is a confident, dangerous competitor who's always ready to bring the fight.
Now, Joaquin Buckley is only 31 years old. He's only 5'8", and the man is just a little ball of explosive muscle. He hits like a truck. He's extremely agile. We remember the knockout of Impa Kasanganay, one of the most athletic and impressive knockouts that the sport's ever seen. Jumped up in the air, spins around, knocks him out with the other kick. He's got flying knees. He's got good wrestling. He's very strong. He's mentally strong. He talks a lot of as well, and he's not afraid to mix it up, okay?
Despite leaning toward Buckley, Michael Bisping acknowledged that Kamaru Usman was facing a tough battle not due to a lack of motivation, but because of the physical wear and tear from a long, grueling career. Bisping referenced Usman's own admissions about how much his body has endured after years of competing at the highest level. At 38, Usman has paid the price for a career built on wrestling and intense MMA matchups. Bisping also noted that 3 of Usman's 4 career defeats have come in his last 3 outings, underscoring the toll that time and competition have taken.
It's a really tough fight for Kamaru Usman, and I'm basing that on not because Kamaru Usman has lost it, because he hasn't got the fire, because he can't be bothered anymore and he doesn't push himself and he's sleeping in silk sheets and he's made a ton of money. No, he has been very, very honest that his body is beaten up after years and years of competing at the highest level.
Kamaru Usman, for the last 7-8 years, he have to get 6-7 injections before fight week to be able to fight. Oh, wow.
From wrestling as a kid and then coming through to mixed martial arts. The man is 38 years old, okay? And all that greatness comes at a price. His record is 20-4, and 3 of those losses are coming in his last 3 fights.
On the flip side, Kamaru Usman expressed genuine excitement about stepping back into the octagon. He acknowledged Joaquin Buckley's aggressive style, physical strength, and athleticism, but welcomed the challenge with open arms. Usman spoke about the importance of maintaining the warrior spirit and reaffirmed his dedication to the sport. He shared that he approaches every fight with a sense of gratitude and a deep desire to showcase his full skill set.
I'm ready to get back in there.
5 rounds does benefit you.
It's a great fight. He's very aggressive, he's strong, he's athletic, and I like that. You know, every now and again, that warrior spirit, you need to exercise it. You know, that's where we come from, Henry. I'm one of those guys who I put in so much time and effort. You gotta feel a fight a little bit, coming from a place of gratitude to be able to go out there and exercise.
Meanwhile, UFC welterweight Michael Chiesa leaned toward Buckley as the likely winner, but admitted it was hard to count Kamaru Usman out heaven with his recent skid. Chiesa pointed out that Usman had been ahead in his rematch with Leon Edwards before the dramatic head kick knockout, pushed Edwards to the limit in their trilogy bout, and nearly defeated Khamzat Chimaev on short notice. Still, Chiesa highlighted Buckley's relentless drive and hunger as potential game changers, describing him as laser-focused and training with serious intensity.
It's hard to pick against Kamaru Usman. I mean, you look, people say like, oh, he's on a 3-fight skid, but it's like the second Leon fight, I should say, was in the driver's seat up until the kick, the headshot dead kick. The third fight, was very close. And then he goes up on short notice and almost beats Khamzat Chimaev. So it's like, to just count Usman out because of his last 3 fights would be very foolish, but dude, he's going against a guy in Joaquin Buckley that is so hungry. Like, it just, the difference maker is going to be like, how hungry is Kamaru Usman? Because you got a guy in Joaquin Buckley who's training like a madman, who's hungry to get to the top. I think it's going to be a very close fight. I think I got to go with Buckley on this one.
Similarly, Ian Gary expressed strong confidence that Joaquin Buckley wouldn't just defeat Kamaru Usman, but would dominate him outright. Gary questioned Usman's level of focus, suggesting that it seemed like Usman was more caught up in creating content than fully preparing for his fight. He advised Usman to prioritize his training and fight readiness above all else. Overall, Gary believed Buckley's power and skill would overwhelm Usman with ease.
My man's focusing on trying to get all the content he can with me this weekend. Meanwhile, he's got a fight. He should focus on his fight, get his fight done, and then we'll see where the future goes. I think he runs through Usman. I don't think he wins him. I think he demolishes him.
On the other hand, Corey Sandhagen favored Kamaru Usman to come out on top. While he recognized Usman's recent struggles, Sandhagen emphasized that Usman has been competing at the sport's highest level for years. He noted that it's normal for athletes to slow down after maintaining peak performance for so long, but Sandhagen still had confidence in Usman's skills and experience.
Yeah, I got Kamaru winning that one, of course. Kamaru, he's on a little bit of a skid right now, but at the same time, Kamaru's just one of those guys that's just been fighting at the top for so long, and when that happens, you start to lose a little bit.
Randy Brown weighed in on the matchup between Buckley and Kamaru Usman, stating, if Usman shows up like he did against Khamzat Chimaev, he's going to win. Brown highlighted Usman's strong performance in that fight, which ended in a close split decision. He added that if the fight had gone just a couple more rounds, Usman probably would have secured the victory.
Buckley versus Usman. Usman took the fight. How you seeing that one play out?
If it's the same Usman that we saw against Khamzat, it's Usman.
Okay. Because he did a good job against Usman. That was a split decision.
Yeah.
Against Khamzat.
Yeah, and if it went 2 more rounds, he would have won.
Randy Brown also noted that Joaquin Buckley has been showing impressive form recently and believes the fight against Kamaru Usman would be a challenging battle for both fighters. He pointed out that their styles share similarities, with both relying heavily on powerful hooks and solid wrestling. However, Brown gave the wrestling advantage to Usman while seeing Buckley as the superior striker.
You were about to say something about Buckley?
No, he's just been looking good. I think he looks good. I think that's a tough fight. He's a problem for that. And they both have this similar style, where they swing a lot of hooks and they heavy wrestling. But I think Usman has a better wrestling, and I think Buckley has a better striking.
Merab Dvalishvili's coach, John Wood, showed support for Buckley in the matchup. He mentioned that Buckley has been on an impressive winning streak and has looked very strong lately. While Wood praised Kamaru Usman's skill and accomplishments, he also raised concerns about Usman's long layoff, injuries, and age. Considering Buckley's momentum and upward trajectory, what favored him to come out victorious is it.
Gotta go with Buckley right now. Buckley's on the hot streak. He's looked great. Kamaru, we don't know. It's been a long layoff, lots of injuries. Age is always a factor. I think Kamaru is a fantastic fighter, very talented, one of the best to have done it. But I think, Buckley's on the way up, so I think I would go with Buckley.
Additionally, UFC middleweight Jack Hermanson observed that Buckley has been climbing the ranks quickly and showing strong performances at welterweight. While he respected Kamaru Usman's abilities, Hermanson felt Usman may have passed his prime. He suggested that this could be Buckley's moment to shine and predicted that Buckley has a solid chance of winning the fight.
Buckley has just been on the rise, looking so good in welterweight. And Usman, as good as he is, I feel like his prime is over, and I think it might be time for Buckley to step up and I think maybe he's going to win the fight.
David Onama chose Kamaru Usman as his pick to win the fight, highlighting Usman's experience, composure, and balanced skill set in both wrestling and striking. Onama also mentioned that he has incorporated elements of Usman's style into his own game and expressed confidence that Usman would find a way to secure the victory.
I'm gonna go with my African brother, man. I'm gonna go with Kamaru Usman. I just feel like he's way more experience, with the wrestling and the striking. Just how composed he is, man. I kind of got some of my game from watching Kamaru Usman, So I think Kamaru Usman is gonna pull it off.
Featherweight fighter Marion Santos offered a different perspective, choosing Buckley as his pick to win. He highlighted Buckley's impressive momentum, expressed admiration for his fighting style, and believed Buckley possessed all the necessary tools to overcome Kamaru Usman.
I'm gonna go with Buckley. His momentum very good, and I like him. I like his style. And I think he has all the tools to beat Usman, so I'm gonna go with Buckley.
However, Modesta Bukauskas showed deep respect for Kamaru Usman, referring to him as a legend, but still leaned toward Buckley to win. She pointed out Buckley's impressive streak and continuous improvement with every fight. Bukauskas believed that Buckley's youth, hunger, and explosive style could pose a significant challenge for Usman, especially following his layoff since the Chimaev bout.
I love Kamaru. I think he's a great fighter. He's an absolute legend in the sport. But I feel like Joaquin Buckley's on a roll. He's on an absolute tear, and he's just going from strength to strength, one fight from another, and he seems to be improving on his performances. So I think Joaquin Buckley might take that fight, especially because he's young, he's hungry, he's explosive, and after a bit of a layoff since the Hamzat fight, I think it'll be hard for Usman to just jump straight back in against an explosive guy like Buckley.
That wraps up everything from today's video. Hope you enjoyed it. The UFC Atlanta fight between Kamaru Usman and Joaquin Buckley was a thrilling, hard-fought battle that sparked plenty of discussion among fans and fighters alike. Whether supporting Usman's seasoned experience or Buckley's rising momentum, the MMA community was divided in their predictions, but united in celebrating the skill and intensity both fighters brought to the octagon.